Okay, I'm ready. Okay, welcome. It's the sharp 11 o'clock. Now we are going to start our today's important session. Today's date is already it is as extra important is a National Tourism Day. So I would like to wish healthy tourism to all of us. Yeah, that is very important thing because we are in this in the Corona pandemic situation. Now we are going to start our today's important session. Today's date is already as extra important is a National Tourism Day. So I would like to wish healthy tourism for all. Yeah, that is very important thing because we are so welcome once again. This is the second day of our national webinar. So, as part of our format, I would like to welcome all dignitaries. Especially, I would like to welcome our President, Honorable Hirachandi Butala, President, Jivan Shikshan Samstha, as well as Honorable Sri Bhalchandraji Chavan, President, Patna Education Society. I also would like to welcome Honorable Secretary Sri Mangek Bhai Butala, Jivan Shikshan Samstha, Advocate Anandavji Bhosle, Chairman Governing Council, ICS College, as well as Sri Sudhakar Raoji Chavan, Secretary, Patna Education Society, as well as I would like to welcome Principal Dr. G.B. Sarang sir, ICS College Head, and Principal Dr. R.G. Jadhav, Patna Education Society. I would like to welcome all Board of Managements of the Sir Jivan Shikshan Samstha, as well as Patna Education Society. Especially, I would like to welcome today's keynote person, Prajakta Shah Joshi Madam. Madam, welcome. As well as there are a number of participants, as well as dignitaries, those who are joined on YouTube as well as Zoom. So I would like to welcome up to them for this today's important webinar. There are a number of teachers as well as non-teaching and students. Students have also joined for this program. So we are celebrating National Tourism Day through this our webinar, and the theme is very important. That's because we have seen in this Corona pandemic situation that we have to be more responsible while enjoying these activities, while serving our facilities under tourism. We need to be more responsible. Therefore, the today's theme is very important, that sustainable tourism as well as community-based tourism. So once again, I would like to welcome you. And now I would like to request Auti Madam, please give some brief about the today's theme. Madam, please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for your brief introduction and welcome of our all dignitaries, today's resource person and all the participants. So before going to introduce our today's theme, I would like to welcome all of you once again on the occasion of National Tourism Day. And as said by Salunke sir, this is the need of the time that we should go for sustainable tourism and community-based tourism. Yesterday also I said that India is known as a country of rural people. So in most of the region, people have started related to tourism activities, but they don't know how to go for all these etiquettes, manners, and all these things which are related to travel and tourism industry, because there are so many different trends which are coming in travel and tourism industry. So if we see these trends, means there are rich people who want to luxurious facilities. At the same times, there are some trekkers, mountaineers, they don't want all these type of facilities, but basic infrastructure is important. And in most of the rural areas, just like our Konkan region, Ratnagiri or Sindhudurg district are known as very good natural places. They are like Goa, but due to the commercialization, due to the advertisement, they are not very much popular among the tourists from all over India. So here, so many people are engaged in tourism activities. Miss farm stay or homestays are there, or paying guest facilities are available, but still we are lacking behind in all these things. And so many students are also participated in yesterday and today's webinar. So it will be beneficiary to all these students also, how we are going to do as a career in tourism industry after their graduation. What is the scope? It will be highlighted by our today's keynote speaker, Mrs. Prajakta ma'am. She is very much active, positive, and we have getting lot of energy from her also. So her introduction will be later on, but I am attached with her, associated with her from last 2 years. So I am knowing all these things, and because of that, we have decided to invite her on this National Tourism Day speech, and she accepted our invitation because from last so many days she is also very much engaged giving lectures in different parts of Maharashtra, and she accepted our invitation. So I should say thank you for accepting our invitation, and she is with us today for sharing her experiences and community based. She has worked upon community based various activities, case studies, she has experiences, and all these things I will like to request her to share with all of us, because she is doing lot of things. So it is not possible each and everything will be discussed on today's webinar only, but later on also we will be attached with her. And thank you for giving me this opportunity, because community-based tourism is the base of our India's tourism, and it should be promoted, it should be sustainable. And in this regard, we will discuss more in our later part. So without wasting time, I will stop here and say once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Dear participant, that we are aware the important theme of today is that community-based tourism. We know that if we have to enjoy the benefits of tourism, we have to go collectively, participatively. The same approach we have followed, and therefore that we have conducted this seminar with a collaboration of Pat Panale Education Society. So here I would like to request in-charge principal of Pat Panale College, Desai sir, welcome you. So please share your message and wishes in favor of Principal Dr. Jadhav sir. Desai sir.
And good morning.
Welcome, sir. Yes, please proceed.
Inauguration speech. I feel very proud to be with you on the second day of 2 days national webinar, which is focused on sustainable and community-based tourism. Tourism is an emerging industry which provides a lot of opportunities to the emerging entrepreneurs. There are a number of places in the India that offers unlimited opportunities for the tourism sector. As far as development of the sector in India concerned, even sky is not a limit. Lush and beautiful landscapes, hilly and topography, mesmerizing and vast coastal belts, cooperative mentality of the locals are the positive points which act as boosters of development of tourism industry in India. Tourism plays an important role in countries' national income, foreign exchange, and also extend employment opportunities, especially to local resources. Moreover, tourism industry in no way affects the environmental negatively, and hence it is considered as a green industry. But one sad thing is that though India has a lot of opportunities for the development of tourism in India, they have not been fully tapped. In other words, tourism sector has not been developed in the way it should have been developed. There is need to create awareness to awakening among the locals, tourists, government and private agencies, and also stakeholders relating to tourism industry for the development of tourism in India. A suitable and cooperative atmosphere should be created so that once a tourist, he or she will always be tourist. This can become bedrock for development of tourism in India. I wish all the best to one and all on the second day of the 2 days webinar, which is specifically focuses on tourism, and hope that constructive and fruitful discussions will follow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
My college is based just 2 kilometers away from the RBLC, and that college is also contributing for the development of tourism in the rural area, especially in the Patpana area. That college is have some introduced some skill-based courses, especially for the students, those who are interested to make their career in travel and tourism. So now I would like to request Dr. Subhash Koch sir, co-convener of this national webinar. Please introduce our today's keynote person, Prajakta madam. So, Coach sir, please, are you online?
Yes, sir.
Please introduce our keynote person.
Hello, friends. Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Subhash Koth, Associate Professor and HOD of Commerce Department, Patpanai Arts, Commerce and Science College, Today is the second day of our webinar, jointly organized by Department of Commerce, ICS College, Khed, and Patpanai College. Today, we are celebrating National Tourism Day. On this occasion, we have received a dynamic personality as a resource person. It is my great pleasure to introduce and welcome today's resource person, Mrs. Prajakta Shah Joshi ma'am. Ma'am has completed her education in MBA, her specialization in finance and marketing. Ma'am is known as innovative serial entrepreneur. Ma'am is also known as entrepreneur consultant and strategic leader. Ma'am has 20 years experience in various fields. She has completed various cross-border assignments in USA in finance. Ma'am is Ma'am is founder of T Connect, Home and Stay. She is co-founder Pune Women Solo Travelers.
नेटवर्कचा प्रॉब्लेम झाला.
State committee member of Maharashtra Information Technology Support Center, which is nodal agency of Government of Maharashtra. She is certified entrepreneurship and innovation educator. Ma'am is passionate creator of social models that impact and benefit communities. Her noteworthy social models have benefited more than 25,000 women. She is also a business coach and mentor for startup in Pune since 2010 using strategy, finance, EPM, and process improvement skills. She has been awarded for Innovative Startup Idea Award from Woman Brand India magazine. Ma'am has also been awarded Iron Lady Award by Bridge Bhumi Foundation. Mrs. Prajakta Shah Joshi ma'am is recognized as community leader from Facebook. With this brief introduction, I welcome again and request to Mrs. Prajakta Shah Joshi ma'am to deliver her valuable thoughts on the sustainable and community-based tourism. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, madam, welcome. Dear participant, that we have seen the we have seen the details about the madam. So please, I would like to request madam, please take the charge and share the screen. You are co-host, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Welcome once again.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Visible, ma'am.
Thank you, Coach Sir, for the brief introduction. And first of all, I will congratulate ICS College that they are taking up tourism seriously, and they have chosen this particular topic, sustainable and community-based tourism. This is the clear-cut sign that the awareness has already increased in academics, and academics are more than willing to give students latest trends in tourism. I think last 5 to 10 years have been challenging, and the tourism itself is evolving as an industry because of a lot of things. One of the key role in tourism is, I think, social media. Because of the social media, the dynamics of the tourism have totally changed. Right from the influence of others, like you must have heard about FOMO, fear of missing out. Is the psychology of the customers that they feel that I'm the person who is not doing this and the entire world is doing, which is like tourism. So if someone is watching few pictures on social media of their friends going to Dubai, going to Singapore, and they're posting from there, so they feel that I'm the only one who is missing out of this opportunity. So I think that psychology is playing a big role in tourism today. And uh, stakeholders of tourism, we have to take that benefit. Now, tourism, actually, UNWTO have given us a guideline where they have clear cut, mentioned that what should be the community-based tourism. So community-based tourism actually includes a rural tourism or a cultural tourism, okay, or maybe a beachside tourism and then nature tourism. Of course, this sides of the tourism is the supply side of it. Okay, that means they will supply the service to the customer. However, the same concept of community-based tourism should be there in demand side as well, right? We have to create the demand for tourism. How we are going to do that? So, we have to do that by markets.
Hello? Hello, Amol sir.
Madam,
Huh?
Madam,
Yeah, we accept. We don't take it.
Connection issue actually.
Okay.
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay. No.
Share the screen one.
please,
Am I audible now?
please, you can share.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I thought that, demand side of the tourism is okay, but we have to create, something which is from the both side, supply side as well as demand side. So both of my ventures are into either on demand side or the supply side.
Madam, please share your screen once again. PPTs are not visible.
Okay. Okay, fine. Is it visible now? Is it visible?
Yes, screen is sharing
Yeah,
message.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
Zero.
Okay. So I thought of creating community-based tourism under both the side, either demand and supply. So today I'm going to share two case studies with you. One is from demand side and another is from supply side. So first of all, I will add something to my introduction. So till 2017, I was a full-time faculty with one of the management institutes in Pune. That means even I was a faculty and I was teaching entrepreneurship as a subject, and I was handling a e-sale and pre-intubation sale on my campus, and that's the motivation and that's the trigger point of my ventures. So now AICTE is also boosting the entire ecosystem for entrepreneurship, and colleges like you can actually focus on your expertise like tourism, and you can have an inclusion tourism that will produce entrepreneurs in particular segment. Okay, so that's the reason today I have decided to share my ventures as a case study for all the participants. Okay. So in 2017, I have actually started this concept. How I have started this is because since I was a faculty and I used to get 45 days vacation, during that time I wanted to travel, but then I have realized that there is some limitations to me being a woman. I have to depend on my family or friends to travel. So if I wish to travel alone, India is still not safe to travel for any women to go solo and independently, and they have to depend on someone from their close circle. So that's the trigger point that I had, and then I thought of starting this platform. And when we named the platform Pune Women Solo Travelers, we thought that only Pune ladies will attend and Pune ladies will come to our trips. But now, since we have started in 2017 with 100 women, now today we are 27,000 women in the community who wish to travel solo uh, without their families or friends or husbands, kids, anyone. So they just want me time. So that's the concept of the community-based tourism. So Pune Women Solo Travelers is a concept-based travel community exclusively for ladies. Okay. Now, I can hear a lot of voice actually. Can, can you keep yourself on mute, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So, so if as an entrepreneur, if you segment your potential customer or the market as such, okay, what is the market for tourism? The market for tourism are the families who are willing to take the break from their routine and go for some weekend getaway or some long tour or a short tour. However, if you observe in any of the families, women is the decision maker of the holidays, especially in urban area. Okay, where she decides where to go, which resort to book. Okay, so she is the decision maker. However, when it comes to her own travel, she has to depend on the family or the friends. Okay, and then there was a limitation because there was no platform as such. So that's the reason we thought of creating a Pune Women Solo Travelers. So I'm going to share a short story how it has born. So as I told you that, during these 45 days, I have requested my family to go abroad. Okay, because in my previous job, I used to travel to US a lot of times. But when I joined the academics, then I started missing that travel. And then at least once in a year, I had to go out because I know how to travel. I will help my family to travel. That was my initial thought. But then somehow family members are busy. They have their own routine. When you actually travel with family, like for example, if I want to travel with family to Dubai, for example, so the cost is like 300%. At least 3 members in the family will travel together, or 4 members will travel together, right? That means if Dubai tour is costing me 50,000, I'm just giving you an example, then I have to shell out 1,50,000 rupees to fulfill that destination, right? And in that budget constraint, most of the families, they took the decision to go abroad. So that was the scenario. So being a teacher, I was very, very passionate about travel. So I thought of actually converting my passion into this community-based tourism and my venture. Okay, so my co-founder, she's a Sangeeta Lobo, actually traveled with me once, and then she liked the idea and she thought that, let us do this on a bigger level. She is also a teacher by profession, and her passion is also travel. So the common passion actually was travel between me and her. And then we decided to empower women differently by giving the platform, by giving the freedom, by giving the liberty to travel solo, but in small groups. So we have created this platform of Pune Women Solo Travelers, which is exclusively for ladies. So only ladies can register with us for the trip. And then we conduct that a small trip or an international trip or a domestic trip. So in last 3 years, we have completed almost 80 trips, including 10 international trips and lot of domestic tours. And now, because of the pandemic, we obviously last 2-3 years was a like setback for us, but then we have revisited our strategy, and then we are more focusing on one-day tours or weekend gateway, such like and like experiential tourism, where there is no platform available in the market. So if you go to bigger players like we know offering one-day tour or experiential tours. So this is a niche market where we are offering this kind of products to women. Okay, and in each trip, we either me or my co-founder or we both travel with each trip. Okay, so there is a personal touch with each of the community member, and then we share a lot of things together. I mean, it is not a vendor and a customer kind of relation when it comes to community-based travel. We are just another co-traveler with them, and then we share the same platform, we share the same experience, we share everything, and we go as a co-traveler with them. We engage them in very deep conversation. So that's the me time for each women, because in India and across the globe, women is overworked, and this is the fact. Even if she is independent, she is earning, then she is more overworked because she cannot ignore household chores, right? And also she is a earning member, so both the responsibilities has to face. And there are a lot of such women, especially in urban area, where they are earning good money, they are independent, but they have a buying capacity. However, they don't have any platform to explore the different destinations, right? So that was the market gap that I have identified, and then we have started this. Now the name of Women Solo Travelers is famously known as PWST, and we have registered our logo and the trademark on the name of PWST now. So PWST is a community-based organization run by women and for women. So these are few achievements and media coverage that we got in last 2-3 years. Even the Femina has covered our story, and there are a lot of magazines and papers. They always feature us all the time. And a lot of interviews have been conducted, and to lot of institutes, lot of faculty development programs, and a lot of such sessions. And then we explain our venture into the case study manner. These are few awards that we have received for our initiative. Just to mention here that we both co-founders, Sangeeta and myself, we both have started converting our passion into entrepreneurship post our 40 age. Okay, so there is no age limit. If you actually want to follow your passion, you require that guts. Okay, you require that mindset, you require that positivity to convert your passion into entrepreneurship. That's the only way you can actually drive your passion. And you must have heard about the concept called ikigai in Japanese. So ikigai is actually identifying a reason of your being. Okay, so if you can convert your passion into your earning or your business, then you will actually find the purpose of your life. So now with this platform, we have actually got the purpose of our life. So we both are very, very passionate, and we don't do this only just to earn money or just to do like a business kind of a thing. It is not like that. It is through our passion. So that passion reflects in whatever we do. So even in conducting the trips, each and every member feel that kind of closeness and feel that kind of passionate feeling, and then they connect with us. So that's the reason we have grown organically from 100 to 27,000. Now I'm going to share how we have done that. Being a student or the tourism sector player or a stakeholder, the important thing is understand the thought process of successful venture. Okay, so if you want to any venture, this theory is applicable actually. So today I'm going to explain you how I have done and how I have created this platform just from the scratches. Okay, any questions so far? Or should I continue? Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So you must have heard about the design thinking concept. Okay. So design thinking concept is actually very, very famous. And this concept is widely known in the global market as well. Lot of corporates, MNCs, startups are using this approach of design thinking. Being an entrepreneurship educator and a faculty, I always had that kind of advantage that each and every action will be backed by my research, backed by my studies, and backed by the theory which is already there in the market. Okay, I think in the entire pedagogy, only doctors like MBBS, who have done the MBBS, they practice their theory. Okay, so each and every day they may go back to the books and they will read again, and then they will apply to the patient. But it is not like that. It is applicable to each and everything. Okay, even for the entrepreneurship, there is a core theory available. And then if you apply that theory to each and every venture, there are very, very less chance that your venture will fail. But you just cannot be very casual about your venture. Okay, so that approach is important. And today I'm going to share the same approach. So if you remember this approach and if you apply this approach to any of your concept, then I'm sure that you will be successful in your venture. Okay, so let's start with the structure of the design thinking. So actually design thinking starts from the empathizing. Okay, empathize is the first point of any design thinking, and then we have to define what it is, then we have to ideate, and then prototype and test. So I'm going to explain you step by step how I have done this. So the first step is empathizing. Empathizing is what? Empathizing is to help someone to understand their pain and giving solution to that pain. Okay, so sympathy and empathy, there are two different words. Sympathy is where you actually feel that the person is very weak, and then we should help them out. Okay, it is a saving approach. But empathy is actually you feel the pain of the other person. Okay, you get into that shoes, and then you think about how I can solve this pain. Do you have any solution to solve this pain? So when we worked with Pune Women Solo Travelers, of course, we as a women, we were having this pain area that we cannot travel without our friends or without our family members. We are somewhere dependent on our families to travel, and then we are limiting ourselves to explore a travel destination. Okay, so male counterpart in the family is always busy. He's always he has some assignments, or he may not very keen on travel. Okay, because in marriage there are, in family there are, husband and wife are two different entities, different individuals. Their passion may different. Okay, so women may like to travel, or male may not like to travel. They just want to sit back and relax if they want to spend a good time. And women would like to explore the destination, because all the time, most of the time, women are responsible for all household responsibilities. So she's more busy than male counterpart. However, she needs break more than male, and this is the fact. Usually what happens in our society, male counterparts have their own ecosystem, like their own friends. So maybe on weekends they will go out with the friends, they will have some beer and all that. But women will dependent more on their family, or maybe a close friend circle. So this was the area where there was a pain that women are totally they are totally dependent, and they cannot fulfill their travel dreams if the family or friends will not support. So then we have defined that as the pain point.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Ma'am,
We
please.
have listed
Okay.
all the pain points. Okay, and then we have defined what is the solution. Okay, so we have defined all the possible concept that what is the segment. I mean, in my segment was women. Because why women? Because I'm comfortable with women segment, women market access. I know that I can deal with women. I can source women as my potential customer. Okay, and what is the segment and the aged class? Age class starts from the age of 21. So 21 to around 80-85-year-old. Even 80-85-year-old lady have traveled with us. She has started her solo traveling at the age of 85. Can you imagine? Okay, it is only the matter of availability sometimes for the end customer. If the platform is available, definitely people will come. And that's the reason, as a tourist or as a tourism subject matter expert, or as the tourism businesses, we have to understand the market gap. Okay, what is the market in the tourism, and what is the gap? There can be small gaps. Okay, just 5 or 10 years back, there was a market that lot of travel agency was available, and then they had these fixed departures of like 50, 100, 200 people. So 200 people will go in group departure, and then it is like mess, or they, I mean, it is like you will get the wake up call early in the morning, and just you have to go to the places, sightseeing will complete as a tick mark, and there is no personal interaction as such. So we are actually defining the experience rather than just a tourism or trip or a tour as such. So this is the ideation stage where we have ideate what is the solution. The solution was to create the platform community. What is community? Community is actually society at large who shares the same interest. So they will come together, and believe me, social media like Facebook has a lot of features where you can actually host a community. And this kind of community is actually recognized by Facebook. So even Pune Women Solo Travelers is recognized by Mark Zuckerberg and the team, and they have recognized us as a Facebook community leaders. So we are responsible for our integrity and responsible for whatever we are doing. We meet regularly, all the leaders, we meet regularly in each city, and then we brainstorm how to go about it and how we can do better in the community-based initiatives. Okay, so then after this ideation, I have worked on the prototype. So how I built the prototype? So you will say that prototype is possible when the product is available, right? Okay, so you can just make a miniature of your product and then you will showcase. But when it comes to tourism or when it comes to service industry, how you will work on the prototype? So I'll just share you my story, how I have done. So when I was actually a faculty and working full time with one of the management institutes, then during that 45 days vacation, so when I think I joined in 2011-12, then 12, I think 13-14, I've just spent all these years in pursuing my family and my close friends for the travel. And then I have realized after third year that it is not possible. If I want to travel, I just cannot pursue these peers. Okay, I have to do something apart from this. Okay, so one day I've just posted on one of the social media, Pune Ladies, which is a very famous group again, which has more than 2 lakh ladies. Okay, I've just posted that if someone wants to visit Bhutan, we can just go together and I can support you for the entire travel. So I know how to travel. So I can actually host you during this travel and then we can go. There was no clue that it is my community or it was my venture or nothing. Out of, I mean, whatever we know, whatever is your passion, if you genuinely give back to the society, definitely society will give you response. That is my experience. So I was aware about how to travel because I was traveling to US and all that. So I was very comfortable with visa process, ticketing and all that stuff. And Bhutan is very different country altogether. You must be aware that, you know, tickets of Bhutan are not available on Google because Bhutan is a very unique country where they actually protect their citizens and all that. So we had to deal with Bhutanese agency to deal with the tickets and all that. So I knew the technical things, and that's the reason I have offered strangers that can we go together. Okay, this was a bold step from me, but I was so eager to go that I had to take that kind of a steps. And believe me, two ladies, I mean, 4 or 5 ladies approached, but out of these 4 or 5 ladies, 2 ladies actually got converted and they said, we would like to travel with you to Bhutan. Believe me, they were totally strangers. They were not knowing me. Only through Facebook we have interacted. And then we met actually, and then we decided to go. Okay, I have planned everything. And for that trip, believe me, they have paid me 45,000 rupees with trust. And I have to live by that trust. And till today, I'm living by that trust. If someone is paying you for some services, you have to give that services up to the mark. Okay, so that Bhutan trip itself was the prototype for me. So we have clicked a lot of pictures and all that, and then we actually again posted this on social media saying how we have done that, our concept and all that, and a lot of ladies have shown the interest. When the participant actually wrote a review for me, the same day we got around 300 to 400 likes, and everybody was like, we have liked the concept and we would like to join you. So we had a small WhatsApp group with around 50 to 60 ladies who were like-minded, but then we have realized that now it will be a bigger platform. So that's the reason we have created closed Facebook group, and in 5 minutes we have given the name, because we were from Pune and we were all ladies, so Pune women solo travelers. So that has become name of the venture, and this is how we have tested the concept, okay, with Bhutan tour. So this is the design thinking process that we have actually applied for the community-based tourism. So in enterprise stage, actually what you do is to you actually understand of your customer. It is a deep understanding. So actually your end customer, how he will react or how he will how she will think, you have to think through, you have to write all the points, and then you have to actually solve and give the solution for each point. Okay, so this defined stage, in defined stage we have defined that we want to have a single platform where women will get the support for their travel needs. And like urban women are independent with lot of disposable income, hence they actually hold a purchasing power. So this, as I said, this is the demand side of the tourism. You have to work on the demand side first instead of supply side. If you have demand, the supply side is easy to build. Okay, so in our research, we have realized that 80% women said that we sacrifice our travel dream because there is no support from the family or friends, and we just travel. Okay, and when they go to professional travel agencies, they charge extra if they are like single, or they may not feel very comfortable because it is mixed crowd and all that. Few people are from families and all that. They would not like to interact with other people because they are like strangers. In community-based travel, actually, we when we come together as a stranger for any trip, believe me, 5 to 10 minutes are required for the ice breaking session, and after that all women they chit chat, and you know ladies are very comfortable in chit chatting, so they feel like best friends forever when they leave from the trip, and then they get in touch with each other and all that, and then they become friends forever. So this is how we have created our home, I mean, developed our homework. And then we have started our journey from here onwards as a community-based tourism. So we have ideated it, and then we have established Pune Women Solo Travelers on Facebook. Till today we have actually website, but all the traffic actually and all the trips are conducted and sold only on closed group of Facebook. So Facebook has a lot of stronger points as compared to your own website, because actually Facebook uses artificial intelligence. Okay, so artificial intelligence, because of this artificial intelligence, if any women just search travel or solo traveling, or they are interested in some trip, automatically Facebook suggest our name, and this is how lot of women come to our platform. Okay, so that's the reason Facebook is more stronger than your own website, and that's the reason we still operate through our Facebook page only. Okay, so why I have chosen tourism? Because see, in last as I said, 5 to 10 years, there are a lot of factors which are driving the growth of the tourism, which is like if you look at last 5 to 10 years, a lot of single women are there in urban area who are earning very good amount. So they are economically strong, they have more disposable income. Then the communication has become very stronger. There is a lot of influence of social media, and it is very easy to communicate. I mean, with WhatsApp, the WhatsApp is a blessing for us. WhatsApp and Facebook, these are the two things where the entire business is actually, we are working only through these two things: fast communication, fast payment, and fast execution. So believe me, we have an office set up in Pune. However, in last 2 to 3 years, there is no single booking which has come with walk-in. Okay, nobody actually visits our office. everything, everybody is very, very comfortable doing online transaction now. Okay, and that's the reason it is ease of business. Actually, if you look at this digital platforms, so digital payments, and the communication through WhatsApp and Facebook, it very, very easy to communicate, get the payment, and convert potential customer into your own clients. So this is the reason tourism has become very, very lucrative now. Even the transportation is very, very faster because of the GPS. Wherever we go, out of country or within India, everywhere there is internet connection, so there is no any difficulty at all to identify where to go and all that. So the GPS is always on for our rescue, and we don't feel stressed out even if we are entering into the strange region. Then there are a lot of political environment that is changing. Ease of doing business is already there. There is a lot of support for startups. A lot of ecosystem is developing by the government. Even the social scenario is different. People are understanding the importance of leisure time for themselves. And after pandemic, most of the women, they are aware about their me time, the tourism, and they want to travel. They want to travel without family. So even if they are like elderly lady above 50, she is welcoming this concept of traveling solo with us. But with women, there is a uniqueness that she doesn't want to actually travel solo. That means she cannot travel alone. She wants someone who can support her. Okay, so why all women need to travel alone, but they need a better pair for themselves, like-minded ladies. So Pune Women Solo Traveler is actually solving their pain and giving the pair or giving a just a co-traveler to them, and then they feel very happy, they feel very secure, and they travel in a very, very comfortable scenario. Our buses are always very comfortable, they are always luxury. We are not into treks or adventure, because when it comes to women segment, they just want, most of the women, 80% women, they want a leisure time, they own time, they just want to enjoy, they just want to relax, they just want to shop. Okay, so that's the reason we have actually stick to this female travel. Actually, we are firm believer in the power of women traveling solo or on a girlfriend's getaway, because if all our girls, they feel more comfortable, they don't stop themselves by just joking or just say anything. Even if you are in your family, most of the times women in the family, she stop herself in commenting something, because husband will say something or kids will say something. So when they travel with us, there is no restrictions as such. They just can express themselves without any preconceived notion. So traveling solo or with other women, actually they feel empowered and they feel so much fun. There's nothing more fun than connecting with other female traveler who has the same kind of same kind of inspiration, and they share the same experience around the world. And definitely, as I told you, every women need their me time to regenerate themselves, and then they resume back in the family with the same enthusiasm and the zeal, and they are ready to take up the responsibilities. So why women solo traveling is trending? Actually, traveling alone gives the time to reflect their own personality. They understand what they are. With family, vacation is just a change of location. So same dragging, same family, same every kid's husband. And I'm sure ladies from this platform and this forum will understand what I'm saying. Okay, so with family, it is not a vacation, it is just a change of location. So there is no change to the women in the family. Actually, with solo traveling or the platform like Pune Women Solo Travelers, we give you the me time, and it is easier to stay on budget as well, because when you book the tour, you are actually sharing your room with another lady. Okay, so you're just giving 50% of your share. So if you're going with the family, you end up spending 300%, 400%. But if the only lady is coming, she's just contributing 50%. So it is always on the budget side. Actually, with this kind of a platform, the ladies learn to love some time alone, because they are not aware that they like their me time or alone time, because family is not providing that. Okay, but everyone needs that, irrespective of any gender. Okay, so coming out of the comfort zone can be the best thing to boost your confidence, actually. So with this kind of travel, they come out of the comfort zone, and there is no restrictions with family. Husband बोलेगा shopping नहीं करना है, window shopping बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, आना है तो खाली ये, if there are conditions apply always. Okay, so if you go with your family, you must have encounter with, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So in our platform, we say that do whatever you want. Okay. So if you're going for some domestic tour or a international tour, if somebody stop by and then if she's doing window shopping, everybody will take interest, and everybody will actually help her also, and we share the same interest as a women. So that becomes a very fun part of it. And then once they come with the platform community based travel, then they don't like family travel. Okay, so they repeatedly come to us, and then they attend all our trips. So this is one of the picture that we have. This is on the Leh Ladakh tour. So the lady which is in the center, she is actually was an employee with Colgate Formula, and now she's retired, always travel with us. So she has done almost 8 to 10 trips with us now. She's from Mumbai. Study a validation process actually that we have done, that this idea is successful and there is a need in the market and people are willing to pay. These three things are very important when you want to create a community. Okay, so this is how we have validated the community through our Bhutan trip. And then this was the second trip where I met Sangeeta, my co-founder, and then we traveled to another destination, and then repeatedly two to three times we have actually experimented and then decided that we should go ahead with the venture. And after 3 to 4 months actually we have registered our venture, and now we are one of the pioneers of this concept.
Yes, I'm also.
मॅडम तर नेटवर्कचा इश्यू आहे मॅडम लेट झाल्या
हा नाही मी जॉईन केलंय परत.
Yes, visible, madam.
So this is
Yes,
so this is our first international tour which we have done long time back, 3-4 years back, when the travel was not restricted due to pandemic. And believe me, we were very beginner actually, and then we got 22, so 22 ladies actually we went to Bali, and then it was a very, very successful trip. And of course, having said that, there is a lot of brainstorming that is going for developing such kind of community. We develop a lot of standard operating procedures for each process. Then we have to determine the feasibility of each trip. Then we experimented with costing and selling price. Of course, we minimize the cost of the trip, because we would like to pass on all the benefits to our members. So that's the reason we are not into paid campaign. We don't spend anything on in promotion of the tour or advertisement. It is totally organically. We have grown to 27,000 ladies. And then we have studied a potential revenue model. Then we have completed our market research, and then mapped all pain points and created our minimum viable product through this international first trip to Bali. Okay, so this is kind of a minimum viable product, where we understood that this particular concept is commercially feasible also, and this is a viable business idea. And that's the reason we have started with the venture, and then we have done the registration and all that. So this is actually the platform, which is a closed group on Pune Women's on Facebook. So all ladies participant can actually send your request to join the group. I'm sorry for the male counterparts, because gents are not allowed. Even if the ladies are joining us, we have a process. We do check their profiles, and after checking their profile thoroughly, then only we enter them in our community. So this, and we have optimized the concept, and we have optimized the options available on the Facebook group, closed Facebook group. So there is a event section on the Facebook where we create. Yeah, Akshada, do you have any questions? You have raised your hands.
They will ask questions after our session, ma'am. Yeah, you
Sure.
continue. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we have optimized the availability, the technology of the Facebook, and this is how we have grown. So these are some success tips that I would like to share. So you should have one complement co-founder who is complement to your features. So if you are good in product development, then there should be someone who is good in business development. Okay, if both the co-founders are sharing the same strength, then you may get into the trouble. But if you are bringing some uniqueness of your personality, then this combination will work. And I think with me, my partner Sangeeta Lobo, she is very good in PR and business development. So she takes care of the business development part, and I take care of the product development part or the operation side. You have to identify the niche market in your area. So maybe if you are a student, you can actually start something for student community, right? Being I was women with mid-aged women, I can say, that was a segment for me. So I have targeted the similar segment for me, and it is very ease of communication, ease of connect and all that. And that's the reason we have identified women as a niche market. Keep overheads as low as possible, because in startup, actually, each spend is important. So I'm not saying don't spend, but you have to keep your overheads very, very low to increase your profit share. And then work on out of the box concept or the idea. Okay, you cannot copy others' idea. Okay, that passion will not come. The idea should be your own, your original. Okay, then only it will reflect your own passion. And of course, the credibility is the key. Each time you have to perform, each time you have to show, each time you have to give the best services to achieve the excellence each time. And 100% trust on each other within co-founders. It's been 3 years and we are very, very happy to associate with each other, me and my partner. And our life has become very beautiful after Pune Women Solo Travelers. And we actually handle 27,000 ladies with very, very small team. So in PWST, myself and my partner is there, and we have few back office. So we are the only 3 or 4 of us. We operate the entire community. So this is from my side for PWST. I have another small caselet for T-Connect Home and Stay, but I think we will take the break of 5 minutes here and we will have a question answer on this particular case, and then I can go ahead with another case.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask now.
Now the session is open for the discussion. Please, participants, you may unmute yourself or you may share your question on Zoom or as well as on YouTube. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Hello.
I have two questions. In that first is, which is your expensive tool? And another is, which is your reasonable or a lowest price tool?
Okay. So the lowest tour is around 2,000 rupees is a ticket size, which is weekend gateway 1-day tour. And the expensive tour we have done, I think, Europe, which will which has costed 1,25,000 for 5 countries. And but we do work on the costing. So like, for example, Dubai, we said it in 32,000 plus the air ticket, of course. So that's the reason we try to keep all the overheads very, very low. And 1,25,000 Europe tour was with air ticket as well. I think I've answered your question. You can also type your question on the chat box.
So any question again?
I'm expecting some questions from student community.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. What professional qualification experience students need to initiate a startup apart from passion to travel? Yes, as I said, Sunita, that your theory should be correct. Okay, so under MITSC, Maharashtra Information Technology Support Center, we are actually helping educational institutes to develop an incubation cell on the campus. So if ICS college have shown the interest in developing the incubation center, definitely you will get the startup related knowledge in such kind of incubation. So of course, I mean, as you rightly said, only passion is not important. Your base should be very, very clear, because I had the advantage of because I was an entrepreneurship educator myself. My theory was very clear in my mind. So I think that has helped me to achieve the success and the excellence. And I'm always ready to give back to the society. So through these incubation centers, we are conducting those certification courses.
Yes, any more student?
Ma'am, how much net profit you should earn per year?
How much net profit per month? Sorry?
Per year.
Per year. I mean, see, sky is the limit when it comes to travel and tourism. So since we have started, we have, I mean, see, this particular community startup, I have applied the theory of London School of Business. John Millen is the professor. So you just search, and he has developed a theory called customer funded startup. So my startup is customer funded startup. So this community is already funded by customers because they book the tour with us and they pay in advance 100%, and then we conduct the tour. Even today, me and my co-founder not invested 100 rupees in this startup. Okay, and our turnover is more than a crore. I would not like to comment on net profit. I have another question from T. Milton. What type of tours? Oh, sorry. What type of tours women prefer? For example, adventure, culture, and heritage. So as I said, women prefer more experiential tours where they will get some kind of experience as well. Like for example, we have conducted few tours which are like strawberry plucking. We always do. So strawberry festival we do at Mahabaleshwar. Then we do flamingo festival. We go to watch the flamingos nearby. And then we have a kite festival. So in January we have a kite festival. So for ladies, they don't get the opportunity to just explore the kite. When they are like child, they must have done that. But बड़े होने के बाद कोई किसी ने देखा है क्या कि कोई लेडी है पतंग उड़ा रही है? Not possible. So we give them such kind of experience in the tour, so that they feel excited and they connect with their own childhood and all that. So I think experiential tourism is the answer for this. Sunita ma'am is saying, yeah, that's a nice initiative for incubation center. Would like to know more about it. Yeah, of course, you can connect with me offline for the incubation center. And Maharashtra Information Technology Support Center, actually, they are giving the incubation center on behalf of AICTE. So you can get in touch with us and then we will help you further. Dhanashri has a question. How do you deal with language barrier when traveling? You know what? Language is just a medium of communication. So we, in a typical one group, we get all kind of women who speak Marathi, who speak only English, who speak only Hindi. But when you want to connect with some human being, language is just a medium of communication. It is not a barrier. Okay, I have seen that one lady was not understanding Marathi at all, and another lady was not understanding English at all, and they were communicating in their own languages. And believe me, they could understand what they were talking. So I don't think so language is the barrier. If you really want to connect with any other human, because when we go to like Spain, we don't know Spanish, we just know English and our own mother tongue, right? So it is not possible to learn Spanish, but still we somehow communicate with those people with body language and all that, and then we travel in those regions as well. Vibha Kulkarni has said, did you face any difficulty in your endeavor? Yeah, of course, it is not a cakewalk, but when you work on your passion, I never ever felt that I'm working. Okay, I always thought that I was working before 2017 when I was a faculty. Okay, when I used to get some admin work apart from teaching, and then I had a feeling that I'm killing my creativity every day. So now with my venture, I am exploring my creativity, and that's the strongest point in any of the venture, that you get to live by your own thought process. Okay, so that's the greatest strength that any venture has, and that's the reason I don't feel any kind of difficulty in my endeavor.
Ma'am, why I am prefer PWST tour?
Yes, because first and foremost thing is nobody is offering what we are offering, which is like community-based travel, especially in this geography, Pune and Mumbai region, and also if you go to any travel agent or a big tours. They have a vendor and customer kind of relationship. Okay, so if, for example, I'll give you one example. uh, if you book a tour with XYZ agency, and then you thought that no, I want to, I mean, there is a kind of a situation, and then you have to cancel, or you fall sick, for example, and you have to cancel the trip. What they do, they have a cancellation policy, right? And they will show you the cancellation policy, there is no refund, correct? But when it comes to community, we are considerate. So you, if you have a genuine reason to cancel the trip, we actually give a credit note, and you can actually replace someone in your place, or you can book any of the future trips. So that flexibility is always there when the decision maker is a founder. Okay, and we connect directly to the customer. Any of the travel agent, or for example Veena Travel, so every time it's not possible to interact with Veena Patil, no, not possible. When it comes to smaller community, we have that kind of liberty, and we do interact with our members. That's the main difference, I think. And actually, unfortunately, in travel business, there are a lot of people who are not following the moral. They are, most of the times they are profit centric, and they just do business just to sake, for the sake of the money. Okay, and then they fly by night and all that. So that fear, at least with women. Okay, and when they take the decision to travel with, even with us, the entire family is so very conscious that, oh, she's going alone, with whom she is going, are they genuine people? Okay, so a lot of responsibilities come with that kind of a decision, and that's the reason we feel more responsible each time. We have to show them that we are genuine, we are trustworthy, and we have to show them empathy to them in our services as well. There is another question from Akanksha. Uh, is there any initiative taken by other organization or government to promote such type of travel? Because even in today's world, it is difficult for women to travel solo. Also, is there any problem for backward regions people regarding the same? I am not sure whether the government has taken any initiative, but currently a lot of change is going on, and society needs that kind of a change. So we are the change makers, and Facebook has recognized such kind of efforts. I mean, the recognition is there. I don't know whether from the government. Government has its own different agenda, so I would not like to comment on that. For backward region people, I mean, see, I think you have given the answer to your question. So if there is no ecosystem for backward region people, like tribal people, or maybe people from interiors of Maharashtra, you can create one such community for, especially for them. Okay, but however, having said that, even we at Pune Women Solo Travel, it is not just for urban women. We have hosted lot of women from interiors. So believe me, we have hosted women from Sangli, Karad, Satra, and even the smallest village. So they do come. When we went to Nasik for Sula Wines, one lady had joined us from Aurangabad. Okay, it is completely up to the women's willingness to explore. So there is no restrictions as such, even if it is from interior. And Facebook is available everywhere. So everybody has a smartphone.
Yeah,
अनुभव
one
सिखाती है
question is there.
जो सामान्यतः हम अपनी जगह पर रहकर नहीं कर पाते. Totally true, ma'am. Yes. Yes, you have question?
No, that has in chat box. What type of health precautions you are taking?
Oh, yeah. So what type of health and security measures you are taking when you perform this type of community-based tourism? Yeah, it's a very good question actually. So for international travel, we do go for travel insurance. It is mandatory for each member to have a travel insurance, and safety and security comes first. In each of the tour, we do visit that place upfront, and then we ensure that the hotels are secure, our team is secure, our local counterpart is very secure. Most of our vendors are women only, so that's the reason whenever we conduct the tour, the safety and the security becomes a prerequisite, and we focus on that.
Ma'am,
You are not audible. Can you please type on the chat box? You're not audible to me. Your voice is breaking.
Just independently anyone if you want.
You can type on the chat box your questions. I would be more than happy to take it.
Okay, madam, you may continue your discussion. No problem.
Yeah, I think PWS is better than Vina World or other tours. If you ask me, my answer will be always yes, no. You have to ask this question to my members, I think, and the participants who have traveled with us. Yeah, I think we have a time limitation. So can we quickly go to the next case study?
Yeah.
Yes.
You may proceed.
If ma'am submits, yeah. Okay, fine. So I'll just share the screen once again. Ma'am, can we extend up to 5 minutes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, no problem.
12:30 is the time, no?
No, that's not means scheduled time. It's scheduled time. You can take your own time. No problem.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So community-based tourism, this is case number 2, and this community we have built from the supply side of it. Okay, now we have done the demand side of it, where people are willing to pay for the tourism, and that was very important contribution. And here we are focusing more on supply side of it. So actually, I have another venture called T Connect Home and Stay, where the concept is actually in Pune. I think a decade back, 10 years back, there was a trend that all the builders, they have started building vacation homes, and people who are rich, they have purchased such kind of vacation homes in and around Pune. Okay, so there is lot of such inventory available with the property owners. However, during the course of time, they have realized that they cannot go and maintain that kind of a property because the travel distance is 1 or 2 hours from Pune, and there's a lot of every time you cannot go to same vacation home and spend your holidays. So such kind of inventory, I have decided to convert them and help them to generate the commercial revenue out of their dead property. Okay, so most of the vacations home are in the rural area. Okay, so this is, I mean, let us understand what is the perception in the rural entrepreneurship. So there are three myths that I have identified. One is, no one wants to start a business in my community because entrepreneurship is too risky. Okay, so most of the rural people will feel that I don't want to be entrepreneur. मैं 10,000 का जॉब कर लूंगा लेकिन मुझे बिजनेस नहीं करना है because that's a risky. So if this is the myth, business is risky. I mean, this sentence itself is a wrong sentence, because if you want to take up a risk in your life, then only you can create a business. Okay, in business there are two things. If you can actually mint money like anything with calculative risk. So you can say that entrepreneurship has a calculative risk. It is depending on your perception. If you are ready to face a calculative risk and mitigate those risks, then you are eligible for a businessman and an entrepreneur. Okay, so you have to prepare yourself as an entrepreneur, even if you are from rural area. Okay, and there is a lot of ecosystem for rural entrepreneurship now, through which you can improve your skill sets as an entrepreneur. Then only tier 1 cities can host accelerators, incubators, or co-working space. It is not like that. You will find your accelerator or your incubators nearby in your own colleges or in your own rural area within just 2 to 3 years. Okay, so because everything is changing now, and so the scenario of the entrepreneurship is also changing. Okay, so it is also a myth. The third myth is rural communities don't have the necessary resources to build an entrepreneurial infrastructure. Actually, it is the other way around. You have to understand that what kind of infrastructure you have, where you can materialize this infrastructure, which urban people don't have. It's the change of perception only. So lot of nature is available in rural area, right? So that's the strong point. Okay, and that's the reason you have to work on your myth first. Then this is for particularly for the college. Role of higher educational institute in entrepreneurship development. So AICTE has actually implemented startup and innovation policy 2019, and that's the reason you will get lot of incubation facilities on your own institute or in and around your rural area. So so now in next 2 to 3 years, this kind of environment you will understand that it will be there across Maharashtra and India. And here, as ICS college has conducted such kind of workshop, the similar workshop or similar activities to be conducted on each of the higher education institutes to ignite the young minds with the entrepreneurship. Segment can be anything, travel, tourism, or any other EVs, or any other expertise that you have. It depends on your geographical location. Like you are from Konkan area, so the travel and tourism makes sense, because you will get a lot of such kind of startups where they want to start something new in the tourism sector. Now there will be, I mean, I'm going to share another case study with you, which is a real-time case study of my own venture, T-Connect Home and Stay, which supports rural tourism actually. So T-Connect Home and Stay is an aggregator for alternate accommodation model to support rural tourism. So what is alternate accommodation model? Apart from hotel and resort, anything. Okay, you may have some farmhouse or small house, or maybe small hut, tree house, any infrastructure which has a hygienic in hygienic condition, and you should be able to host. Okay, so we endorse rural tourism to achieve income, employment, and economic stability to rural communities in India. And this is the agenda of UNWTO for 2020, that they are supporting rural development and tourism. So what was the problem statement when I shaped up this venture? The urban population was facing a lot of stress generated because of the urban life and detachment from the natural environment. Because most of the urban people, they are in front of their laptop all the time, and they don't get the access to the nature. They're staying in 1 BHK flat and something like that. So they want some weekend getaway where they will get the nature, and then they are like to spend on such kind of experience. And also after pandemic, they want curated vacations for their safety and hygiene, where only homestay is the answer. You cannot get curated vacation at resort or hotels. It is overly crowded by other people as well. So rural population is facing actually a problem, which is profits generating from traditional farming is actually dropping. The margin is dropping, and most of the youth are migrating to nearby urban area. So rural tourism actually provides the alternative job opportunities to the local people, where there is a lack of awareness. So if we work on the awareness, the hospitality, professionalism, and hygiene among villagers, definitely it has a strong potential actually. So we have come up with the excellent solution, Ticanet Home and Stay, making rural homestay branded. So like Oyo ने क्या किया था, unbranded hotels को standardize किया था. What we do is we standardize homestays, okay, and then we market them and also help them to operate. So we educate homeowners and caretakers about standard operating procedures in hospitality, professional housekeeping. We teach them the basic hygiene and cleanliness. We use their innocence, because the village people are very innocent. So we don't want to convert them into polished kind of a professional who is available in 5-star hotel. Then the whole essence will go. We want the same innocence, the same language they speak, only with more professionalism or with more hygiene, more cleanliness. That is what is expected from them as a customer. So what we are doing here is we are bringing investor and tourism stakeholders under one umbrella for basic rural infrastructure development. So this is one of the example and my prototype. So this is the farmhouse which I host, and we usually host 8 to 10 guests every weekend, and we usually get 100 days occupancy in a year. How we make money? So what we do is we tie up with the property owners, and then we fix up one B2B rate with them, and we add our margins and we sell those properties. So we get this kind of margins from each booking. So the market is very huge for this kind of tourism. India's travel market is projected to grow at annual rate of 11% and worth rupees $48 billion in 2022, because international tourism is not happening because of the pandemic. Everyone will just go to the rural area to explore. I mean, nearby area. Okay, so there is a huge potential in 2022 onwards. As per the government data, India will need more than 2.5 million rooms across hospitality industry to meet the demand in 2022. So 2.5 million rooms, कोई भी hotel नहीं कर सकता आज के डेट में. Why? Because of the limitations. They are in a mode of recovering losses in the pandemic. But if you convert homestays into the rooms, definitely you are actually converting the current properties into the proper infrastructure. So there is a lot of potential in this. Okay, booking.com has said India has emerged as one of the top 20 fastest growing market in alternate accommodation model. Okay, so there is a huge potential for alternate accommodation model. We have a competition like Vista Rooms, Homestay of India, and all that. But everyone has its own stake in the market. So these are some 5-star reviews that we are consistently getting on our properties. Right now, we are handling 70 plus rooms under our inventory with sole rights of marketing. 500 rooms inventory available for the booking. It is not a sole right. They are also booking. We are also booking. So 500 such rooms are available with T-Connect and home and stay. We book 100 plus rooms every month. Okay. And the revenue is around 40 lakh rupees from this traction. The marketing, we do cross-selling on all the OTAs, which are Airbnb, Booking.com, MakeMyTrip, Agoda. We have our own organic reach through our community called Pune Women Solo Travelers. The data is old, 12K, but now it is 27,000. We promote through Facebook and Instagram page. We create Google business page for each locations. We sell to these corporates also. So most of the corporates, they are open to come to homestays nowadays. These are the host that few of the host profile that we get. So in 2020 onwards, during the pandemic, there is a spike in the sales. So this lady is one of the professors, and she is doing her session from our homestay. So for her, it was a like staycation and a workation in 2020. Our operation plan is to reach to 1,000 plus rooms. 1,000 plus rooms is not possible for any of the hotel groups, but as a startup, we have the potential to reach out to that number. Developing new homestays focusing on rural tourism, maybe heritage home or a traditional homes. Like in Maharashtra, there are a lot of vadas available. So if we can convert those vadas into heritage home, then there's a lot of demand for that. Pivoting to allied micro business activities to generate passive income to the owners. Okay, so these owners of such kind of properties, they don't have any intention to run this as a business because they have their own major business, okay, large business. So they are busy with their own businesses, and then they outsource such kind of vacation homes to us, and then we operate and market with those properties. This is a kind of events where we are doing. I would like to contribute this as a personal social responsibility to the society. So in every week we generate a lot of bottles, okay, beer bottles or any such bottles at our homestays. So we convert those bottles into decorative piece like this, and then I teach this to my caretakers, and then they get money out of these decorative piece. So the customer gets access to such kind of artisans, and then they purchase this bottle for 100 rupees. Okay, so caretaker will get extra money out of this waste. So we are doing a lot of such experiment at our homestays to handle the waste at our stays. So these are few of the properties that I host online. So we are present online on our website as well as on the Facebook. And myself and Sangeeta Lobo, we are the partners in this. So this is another small case study for community-based startup, community-based tourism, focusing on rural communities. And I'm open for the question and answer for this particular case study. I think I'm not taking much of your time.
Okay,
Yeah.
participants, if you have any questions regarding this community-based team, it's very wonderful presentation.
Yes,
You may
any
unmute yourself.
questions?
If anyone want to ask, unmute yourself or you may share it on chat box.
Up to that, I will give you assurance that our college will start such type of activity in future with your help. What you are expecting from us in near future, we will be definitely contact you for this means what you said, that incubation center and other activities means physically we want to conduct such type of means training for the rural community which they require, because most of the women or rural people, they are not going to any formal institutions for the day-to-day manners, etiquettes and other things. So regarding to this, we will do something in nearby as per your convenience. And Patpanaya College is also ready to conduct such type of any initiative with us. So Khoth sir will explain about that because he said me that he is also ready to conduct such type of any workshop if it is you are ready to take with us. So that's
Yeah.
not the question. Yeah.
I'll more than happy to help you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Is there any question regarding our small session regarding to T-Connect?
I hope you enjoyed our session.
Yes.
Today.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There are a number of students are attending the session, so we are expecting questions from your side.
Khoth sir.
Okay.
Khoth sir.
Now I would like to request our team member Patil sir. Please express vote of thanks.
Yeah, one question is there. Challenges and opportunities for rural entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, there are a lot of opportunities for rural entrepreneurship. In tourism, but you can actually do a lot of other things as well. I'll just give you an example. Like there is a lot of waste happens at the agriculture. Like they overproduce tomatoes, for example. So if you have such kind of excess product or whatever is available in your vicinity, okay, you have to think through how you can convert this into more lucrative manner. Like for example, if you're producing a lot of tomatoes, you're not getting a good rate for that, you can actually get into the solar drying system and then dry this tomato, and then they pack it. If you can pack those tomatoes, dried tomatoes, you can actually get 100, 200, 300% more price. And if you just post that or list that on Amazon, you will get direct orders from the customers. And this is how you have to convert each opportunity, and you have to understand the market gaps which are there. So observation is the key actually. Okay, so rural entrepreneurship is a vast subject actually. I will take another 1 or 2 hours to speak on this, but definitely rural entrepreneurship has a lot of potential. Only the thing is you have to work on the mindset and the attitude of the people.
Madam, some few students have asked about your contact details. You please share them.
Yeah, sure. Also, I'm available on LinkedIn on the name of Prajakta Mandar Joshi.
Okay. Yes, any more question?
Sir.
Okay, so prior to our one minute. We are joining this session. We are attending this session from very beginning. So I am thankful to Dr. T. Milton Dean, Tourism and Hospitality Management, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. So thanks, Milton ji sir, to attending the session. Now I would like to request Dr. Patil sir, please. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. First of all, good afternoon to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this today's national webinar on tourism for all dignitaries assembled here with online platform on Zoom as well as on YouTube. I would like to thank on behalf of ICS College Trade and Patpanare Arts, Commerce and Science College Patpanare to the resource person of this today's national webinar on tourism, Sri Atmanam Parab, Director Isha Tours and Prajakta Shah Joshi Madam for delivering wonderful sessions in this event. Specially thanks to President of Sarjivan Shiksha Samstha, Honorable Hirachandji Bhuttala sir, as well as President of Patpanare Education Society, Honorable Bhalchandraji Chauhan sir. I am also thankful to all board members of Sarjivan Shiksha Samstha and Patpanare Education Society, Patpanare, especially Sri Mungesh Bhai Bhuttala, Secretary Sarjivan Shiksha Samstha Khed, Sri Sudhakar Raoji Chauhan, Secretary Patpanare College Patpanare, Sri Advocate Anand Raoji Bhosle, Chairman ICS College Khed, and I would like to thank Principal G.B. Sarang sir, ICS College Khed, and Principal Dr. R.J. Jadhav, Patpanare College Patpanare. We are also thankful to Dr. T. Milton, Dean Tourism and Hospitality Management, Bharat Education and Research, Chennai, for his presence, and Dr. Smita Chauhan Madam for former head of Department Geography, University of Mumbai, for his also presence in these events, and many thankful to all participants in today's national webinar on tourism. There are number of academicians, researchers, and students who have attended. So thanks to all, and also thankful to who are participating from more than 17 states of this country, all teaching and non-teaching of these colleges, and special thanks to Sachin Bhosle sir and his entire technical team for all type of technical support for this event. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. One second.
Okay, thank you. Dear participants, feedback link are already shared on WhatsApp as well as Zoom and YouTube. You will submit that we know number of students are have connectivity problems, so link will be open up to next 3-4 hours. You will submit that. Some students as well as participants have failed to submit previous feedback form, but no problem. You will submit this one. Submit will be issued on WhatsApp, specific that concern WhatsApp group we have created. So please contact if you have any problem in your certificates. Okay, thanks to all.
Yeah, thank you, Prajakta ma'am, for your wonderful session, and we will be in touch after this session also in future. Yeah, Khoth sir is there. Khoth sir, if you want to say something.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I will call you later on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are going to. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.